Hi everyone, welcome on board to AB0UT, where you get the reliable news that is tailored for you, and of course where you can actually comment and interact.
Well, the NSAS protest has created a lot of imbalance in the system, and of course it has balanced certain things in the system. Although the NSAS protest is a very peaceful one until thugs hijacked, and these thugs did not come out of their own personal volition. They were actually paid according to the criminals that were caught. Many of them claimed that the politicians gave them money, and we believe this. Why? Because they have been known to do this over time during elections, and they do these things. They do it. Well, aside storehouses being busted into and palliatives being taken out, something else happened. This happened in the southwest of Nigeria. It happened in Lagos State. It happened in Lagos Island. And it happened in the place called Eko. And it happened in the palace of a Yoruba king. Now, the staff of the king was taken off, and the staff represents authority. And the shoes of the Oba with the name crested on it was also taken by the people who busted inside. That shows you that the king is not someone who is neutral. Two, the king has not shown himself to be with the people. That is why they would go in to bust that palace. That's one of the lessons we need to learn and get from this. Now, a popular spiritualist, Ifa priest or Babalawo, he decided to wade into this. He's called ARABA, Fayemi Elebibon. I don't know if I got that pronounced well. He's said to be a writer, a poet, and also a mouthpiece of the gods that he serves, and also an Ewi exponent, oratory. And, well, he recently revealed that an Oba, if properly coronated, meaning if they are given all of the spiritual packages, that is no longer an ordinary being, just like others might seem, that it must have been fortified and therefore considered as an ancestor. When the palace where the Oba stays is not just he even claimed that even the palace of where the Oba stays is just not a place that anybody can invade anyhow. Thus, the incident that happened after the Lekki Toge massacre was a slap on the face of that king, and even included the Yoruba race. He further stated that if the subjects are not happy with their king, they could have advised him, if it were back in those days, to open the spiritual calabash or commit suicide, rather than his staff being carted away. And they even said his staff that has been carried away is definitely going to inflict wrath on the perpetrator. However, from the Babalawo's speech, there are certain points that certain people out there decided to come up with, and I'm going to go through them. But then we all know that present-day kings are simply, they're just there for show. That's just what it is. Now, I'm not trying to tell you that, of course, they say they are the custodian of culture and all of that, but back in those days, I don't think there was that much progress with them, and now there's not even much progress with the politicians we have. Everything is in total decay because integrity is very important. Diabolic practices and sacrifices and certain things, burying people with kings are not normal. So I don't think you want your children. Even in Europe there, they do the trick and treat. That's Halloween. In the United Kingdom, back in those dark ages, now things are underground in those countries. It's not something popular, and that's kind of, people are frowned against it. So those are the kind of things they do. I think in Yoruba land, they have a name for this also. No? So all of these diabolic practices have become a little bit softened somehow. And, well, with this also comes the stealing of the staff, and nothing happens. Now, someone said, Obarilu and Babatunde Oshualale Aremwakeola have failed those people. The people are supposed to confide in the king and rely their hopes of living on him. One of the ways of ensuring a participatory government is reaching out to people dwelling in the grassroots, and one vital way to reach them is through local government chairman and traditional rulers. However, this welfare meant for the people have been selfishly accustomed to themselves. They've selfishly kept them for themselves, as you see. When they busted into the Oba's palace, a lot of palliatives were found there, food that should have been given to the people. After all, the king cannot say he's hungry. He's an ex-policeman, and he enjoys favors here and there. So why should food be kept there? Is the food there for him to give out to people? Well, they invaded the palace, carried away the staff of authority, royal shoe belonging to the Oba Akeolu, engraved and palliatives. Now, 2, the OBA share staff is what makes a king and gives him authority over subjects. The OBA share is said to be a spiritual thing that only the king can hold on to, but without the staff, they claim that the OBA is nothing. However, as the staff has been taken away, people ask, why is it not? Why isn't it possible? Why didn't it happen? And what is this? Why is it that the staff, when picked by the person, why wasn't he struck or she struck immediately on the spot? But the person was successful to steal and also successfully keeping the staff till now. Simply put, that staff might simply be for show. Now, another person said Oba Akinolu should address the people. Even without the staff, there is still an iota of authority on him, which he can summon to address the issue. After all, he still has his crown. The people have, however, leveled allegations on the Oba that he allowed himself involved in some political activities, which he shouldn't have got himself involved in. That's why people see him as the same. However, if the king can come out to address the public, the level of allegations leveled against him, against his personality, might allow people to bring back his staff and he gets back his respect. So the big question is this. The king has been without his staff and royal shoes since the 21st of October 2020, which means that Lagos has been without a king, or Lagos Island has been without a king for 6 days, which will however go down in history. Will the king continue to be without the staff, or will another be given to him? I think that staff is just a design, like a designer staff, and there's nothing much more, although they get themselves involved in certain things. But I should know. Well, I don't know what your thoughts are as regards this, the reality of this. I know a lot of people might be very quick to say, oh, my own Oba, maybe the Oba of Benin is this and that. The Oba laid curses at people who take people, enslave people, people who cross people over the sea, people who engage in what's it called, prostitution in Europe. They are still doing it. Nothing is happening. They are doing it. They laid curses. They brought out 5 million years juju and laid curses, and thinking the curse will kind of attack the madams. They are still doing the same thing, still crossing people, still oppressing people, still taking advantage of people and doing all of those things. Nothing has happened to them. Why? Because the spirits that are involved in whatever it is also the same kind of spirit that likes people to oppress people and take people on prostitution. It's as simple as that. Let's call it spade a spade. It's the same kind of spirit that works together. So you come, you lay curses, the spirit is happy because the spirit wants to oppress. So the spirit can jump on them, and the spirit does not stop them from doing what they are doing. So it's a very, very dark and unclear. It's a mystery anyway. It's a mystery anyway. That's my own thought. I don't know. You might have your own different thought. Probably you have more knowledge and understanding in all of these things. Well, that's just what it is. So guys, I don't know what your take is. The spiritualist, he has said it. The ARABA, he is a babalawo. He said, if that staff had what it's supposed to have, if the Oba Palace or the Oba himself is, is filled up with whatever it needs to be filled up, that none of those things would have happened.
I say a very big thank you to those who have taken time to subscribe to this channel. And if you're yet to subscribe, kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red bell icon so you will be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded.